Hello, my name is Glenna Donovan, and this is my Think-Aloud reflection video for my Linguistics 2 course at Regis University. And I decided to choose two topics to reflect upon for this video that I feel I have improved upon or have new strategies for teaching English language learners. The first being just vocabulary instruction for English language learners, and then also the second being kind of grammar instruction for English language learners. But to start with, vocabulary instruction, as I look back on how I teach already, I realize I do a lot of vocabulary instruction by trying to do comprehensible input, using context clues and teaching kids how to find meaning of words from the context around them. I was raised kind of using a rote memorization system, and I swore to never do that in my classroom. But I've now learned new strategies, and new ways to teach, vocabulary that is direct instruction, and it's through, morphology and structural analysis. So learning, the parts of the words and their meanings, and then moving forward and putting those parts together to form words, and being able to decode the parts to find the meanings of individual words. So I feel like one thing that I've really learned is I want to be a lot more direct in my instructions on syntax, or things like, not syntax, morphology, and prefixes and suffixes, and how they influence the word and how they change the meaning of the words, and how then students can use that on top of, context clues to help them determine the meanings of the words. So then the second part that I'm going to be reflecting on is, grammar instruction. And I've learned a lot more about syntax because I was, I'm going in my third year of teaching, and I feel like one of my places of, areas of improvement that I need is on grammar instruction, and how to do grammar in a fun way, not a boring memorization, like I was saying, rote memorization way that I feel like, again, I was kind of exposed to as a kid. So I really was intrigued about learning about the syntax, and not only how it helps in students' language development, which is amazing, but also the reading development. And I have not implemented many strategies in my classroom that directly teaches grammar. But reading from the books and stuff, I loved some of the activities that our classmates posted, and they have given me ideas of how to teach syntax in a fun way. But I also like from the Friedman book, the syntactic clues, using sentence frames. And I use sentence frames in my classroom, but I don't believe that they are very direct. And I now have realized that you can use sentence frames that focus in on key vocabulary, key grammatical structures. Also, the close reading, focusing on certain grammar at things like, taking out adjectives after a noun, can help show how, adjectives go after a noun to define the noun. And that will those are fun activities that students are learning grammar, but also reading and improving their language skills. But just throughout this whole course, I've learned many strategies that I can use in the classroom that's going to allow me to be strategic, to help my students learn, and acquire language. So overall, I feel like this was a very beneficial class.